No, that won't do. I need inspiration if I'm to make a song that will truly encourage my party on our next raid night, but I'm all out of ideas. Who the hell are you? Damn portals. Oh, hi. I'm Azurite. So, Azurite, but with like an A? No, with a U. So, like me? Of course with an A. What did you think? Well, I'm Azurite, but with a U. So, Uzurite? No, Azurite. Right, well, anyway. I best be off. Monsters won't hunt themselves. Monster Hunter? Wait, this could be perfect. Hold up, what? Could I come along? Sure. Just don't get in my way. Yes! I mean, of course. I won't, sir, Monster Hunter. So much walking. How much further until we reach that monster of yours? Don't know. Talkative? I hope you know how to use that bow of yours. Bow? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I do. Why wouldn't I? Right, where did I put it? Ah, here it is. An instruction manual on how to use a bow. Now let's see here. Disclaimer. GCD equals global cooldown. Global cooldown are weapon skills and spells. Good to know, I guess. Anyway, the first technique seems to be burst shot, a single target GCD, and Landon's bite, a cone AoE GCD. Burst shot for single target and Landon's bite when there are 2 or more targets. Easy enough to remember. Both of which also have a 35% chance to grant Hawk's Eye, which allows the execution of Refulgent Arrow, a single target GCD, or Shadow Bite, an AoE GCD around the target, both of which have higher potencies and I guess should be used whenever this effect triggers. It also says here we have DOTS, short for damage over time effects. This manual assumes I never played an MMO before, huh? MMO? Oh, nothing. Anyway, let's see. We have Caustic Bite and Storm Bite that have slightly different potencies, but both leave a dot on a target for 45 seconds. We also have Iron Jaws that resets the timer of both Caustic Bite and Storm Bite. Convenient. I guess I'll use this when either Caustic Bite or Storm Bite reaches about 3 seconds left on a target. Just like with Burst Shot and Landon's Bite, Caustic Bite, Storm Bite, and Iron Jaws also have a 35% chance to trigger Hawk's Eye. Neat. But there's a note here. When there are 3 or more targets, disregard your dots and just use your AoE attacks. What is this, a loading screen hint? What is a loading screen? Ahoy there, me matey. What brings you to this side of the port? Damn bards. Take us back. I'm gonna need you to roll a persuasion check on that one. A what? Take us back. Alright. No need to get your knickers in a twist. Huh? Where the hell are we? I don't know, but from what I can tell, we're in the nest of some kind of monster. Oh, that's just great. Being eaten alive by a monster was probably the furthest down on my list of how I want to go out. I'd much prefer dying of old age with a maiden beside me, weeping as I reminisce about our life together before finally taking my last breath. Can you shut up? Sorry, I'll go back to reading my manual. Let's see here. So it says here we also have these things called abilities that are also referred to as off-global cooldowns, or OGCDs for short. The first section includes self-buffs, like Raging Strikes, that increases damage dealt by 15% for 20 seconds on a 120-second cooldown, and should be pressed off cooldown, and Barrage on a 120-second cooldown. This ability allows the use of Refulgent Arrow, that'll strike 3 times, or a Shadow Bite with enhanced potency. It also allows the usage of Resonant Arrow, a high potency AoE GCD around the target. Then we have this next part that lists attack-based abilities, including Heartbreak Shot, a single target OGCD on a 15-second cooldown and holding 3 charges, and the AoE variant, Reign of Death, that shares a recast with Heartbreak Shot and should be used over it when there are 2 or more targets. Also listed here is Imperial Arrow, a single target OGCD on a 15-second cooldown, and Sidewinder, another single target OGCD on a 60-second cooldown. All of these should be pressed off cooldown. Jeez, tell me something I don't know. Oh, almost missed this. Repelling Shot. This... Okay, so you finally show yourself. That's a nice looking monster. I can assure you I taste very, very bad. Like, tummy upsetting bad. You wouldn't want a bite out of me bad. Get yourself to safety before you hurt yourself. Yes! Oh, I hate being so useless. If only I could do something to help Azurite out. Oh, I got it! The Bard's Manual to Songs. Of course! The first song listed here is the Wanderer's Minuet. This increases self and party's critical hit rate by 2% for 45 seconds. And before reading on, there's an additional note here. It says all songs are on a 120-second cooldown, all having an 80% chance to trigger repertoire every 3 seconds, granting unique effects according to the song and adding 5 soul voice to the song gauge. And each song adds a corresponding coda to the song gauge. See the Radiant Finale and Apex Arrow page for more details about the song gauge. Right, well, we'll get to those later. Let's see here. So the Wanderer's Minuet repertoire effect allows the use of Pitch Perfect, an OGCD that can be stacked up to 3 times, and each stack increases the potency. Sounds like a good idea to wait until 3 stacks then, and use any remaining stacks before the song expires. How about the other songs? Mage's Ballad increases self and party's damage by 1% for 45 seconds, and the repertoire effect reduces the cooldown of Heartbreak Shot and Reign of Death by 7.5 seconds. And Army's Paeon, which increases self and party's direct hit chance by 3% for 45 seconds, while the repertoire effect grants a 4% haste buff and stacks up to 4 times, lasting until the effect expires or is cancelled. And there's another note here. Song play order. To keep your audience engaged, make sure to play songs in the correct order and seamlessly transition to the next song. To do this, first play the Wanderer's Minuet. Then when there are 3 seconds or less, spend any pitch perfect stacks you have and cut into playing Mage's Ballad. Once again, wait until 3 seconds or less and then cut into playing Army's Paeon. From here you'll rotate back into playing the Wanderer's Minuet when there are 12 seconds or less on Army's Paeon, rinse and repeat. Okay then. Alright, let's check out this page. Apex Arrow is a high potency line AoE GCD that costs a minimum of 20 soul voice gauge to use, but should only be used when the gauge is at 80 or more, as the potency increases up to 600 if maxed out, and using it over 80 allows the use of Blast Arrow, a follow-up line AoE GCD attack, also dealing 600 potency. Treat this as a 60-second cooldown using 1 every minute and 2-minute mark, catching it in your own and party's raid buffs. Alright then. Radiant Finale increases the damage dealt by self and party members according to the amount of coda stored for 20 seconds. 1 coda 2% damage, 2 coda 4%, and 3 coda 6%. Additionally, Radiant Finale also allows the use of Radiant Encore, an AoE GCD that, like Radiant Finale, increases the potency depending on coda. 1 coda 500 potency, 2 coda 600, and 3 coda 900. In the opener you'll only have 1 coda, but every 2-minute burst window after should always have 3 coda. This ability is on a 1 10-second cooldown, but you should use it like it's a 2-minute cooldown and treat the 1 10-second cooldown as drift prevention. Okay, in addition to Radiant Finale, Bards also have access to Battle Voice, a 2-minute cooldown that increases self and party members' direct hit rate by 20% for 20 seconds. Cool, I guess. That'll definitely help Azurite out. But before that, it looks like there's just one final page here. It's called Supportive Abilities. The list starts with the Warden's Paeon that removes 1 debuff from self or selected target. If there is no debuff on the target, it will instead give a buff that'll auto-cleanse the next debuff to affect the target and last 30 seconds on a 45-second cooldown. Sounds pretty neat, but also rather niche. The next ability is Troubadour, reducing self and party members' damage taken by 15% for 15 seconds on a 90-second cooldown. And then the last ability here is Nature's Mini, that increases healing received by 15% for 15 seconds on a 2-minute cooldown. Damn, those two sound pretty good. Hey Azurite, you still need a hand with that beastie? Oh, looks like you got it handled. Yup. Well then, I guess we should be off then. Let's get the hell out of this awful, horrible place. What the? Where am I now? Prove myself. How? Oh, right. Okay, well, let's see here. To start, we'll use a Dexterity Potion pre-pull into Stormbite and weave Heartbreak Shot and the Wanderer's Minuet. Then Caustic Bite, weaving Imperial Arrow and Radiant Finale, then either a Burst Shot or Refulgent Arrow if it's procced, and weave Battle Voice and Raging Strikes into another Burst Shot or Refulgent Arrow. Weaving Barrage into a Refulgent Arrow, weaving Sidewinder into Radiant Encore, into a Resonant Arrow, into a Burst Shot, and weave Imperial Arrow into another Burst Shot or Refulgent Arrow, and finishing up with an Iron Jaws to catch within buff still. This opener leaves plenty of gaps to use the pitch perfect stacks on too. One could say it's perfect. As for the last 2-minute burst window, I'll more or less do the exact same thing I did in the opener, except this time I don't have to manually reapply my dots, and I can just use another Iron Jaws to snapshot it within my buffs. Ugh, gotta stop having these weird daydreams. Hey, Azurite, could you read this for me? What? Why? Please? Ugh, fine. Stat priority for bards. Number 1, critical hit. Number 2, determination. Number 3, direct hit. Number 4, skill speed. Are you happy now? Yes, thank you. You know, how you fought today against that monster, it really inspired me. Huh, most people just think I'm kind of a freak. For real? Nah, you were awesome. You didn't even need my help. You know, I think I have a song in mind just for you. Ugh, there really is no need. Don't be so humble. Ugh, what a weird dream. I'd never be a bard.